ॐ वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च we have completed the Dvitiya Valli of the Dvitiya Adhyaya of Kathopanishad. We will have a brief summary of the second Valli. This Valli has got 15 mantras. Some of the very important mantras are in this section. Eko Vashi Sarvabhutam Taratma. Then Natatra Suryo Bhati Nachandra Tarakam. And Suryo Yatha Sarva Lokasya Chakshuku iti. Many important mantras are there. So this is a small section, but all the mantras are, you can say, important. So therefore, so we will have a quick, brief summary. What is the need for this Dvitiya Valli? Here the Upanishad wants to wants to present this Brahma Tattvam by a different prakriya again, even though it has been presented in the previous Valli also. Now here, the Upanishad, it wants to ascertain again by a different prakriya. By a different prakriya, we want to ascertain this Brahma as the Sakshi. It is ever the Sakshi. Sakshi. Atma Brahma Dirgheva Natu Drishyate. Therefore, Bhashyakara also says, Prakarantarena Brahma Tattva Nirdharanartham iti. Why? Because Ati Sukshmatvat Durveknyayatvat Brahmanaha Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan Anoho Aniyan. It is Ati Sukshma. It is a subtle matter for knowing, discussion. It is not an object. When we say subtle, sukshma, not in terms of the size. It is ati sukshma, extremely subtle, not in terms of size, because here, Vishaya, the subject matter is you, the subject. Subject matter is the subject. The subject who cannot be objectified. So objectless subject is being the subject matter. Therefore, Ati Sukshma, and therefore Durvijnayatvam Asti. Therefore, Upanishad uses another prakriya, the method, to ascertain this Brahma, and it is presented as it is Sakshi. It is Sakshi. So, since we have an orientation of objectifying anything and knowing any knowledge, to gain any knowledge, when we say it implies an object, it implies an object, the knowledge of an object. But here, there is no object. Since we have previous orientation of knowing by objectification, there is a possibility that we may apply the same principle here also. So therefore, Upanishad again and again presents this Brahma Tattvam by different prakriyas. It restates and presents. So this not available for objectification. And also, what our common experience is, first, we gain the knowledge of anything and then we want to experience it. So experience is preceded by knowledge. Every experience is preceded by knowledge. Without knowledge, without jnana, how can you gain an object and experience it? So therefore, jnana shakti always precedes experience. Jnana shakti, kriya shakti, Ichcha Shakti, the three Shaktis. So, Jnana Shakti precedes. Then there is Ichcha Shakti, then Kriya Shakti. So, this, in all our experiences, experience of an object, the knowledge of the object precedes the experience. First, we gain the knowledge and then we experience it. But here it is not that case. Here it is not that case. It is in every experience, every experience, Atma is there. So in every experience, I won't say Atma is ever experienced. If we say ever experienced, then we may think that Atma is also an object which is experienced. So better to say in every experience, Atma being there, and then the knowledge of the Atma. So knowledge preceded by the experience, but here the experiences is not the experience of an object. In every experience, Atma being there, and the knowledge of that Atma, to gain that only, we study Shastram, the Upanishad. So here it is a different, totally a different approach, different, because the subject matter being Atma, you. So therefore you already, it's a known thing, but not completely known. So therefore it is durvigyayatum asti. Therefore there is a difficulty in understanding the subtle, the sukshma swarupa of Brahma. So therefore, to gain Nishchaya Jnanam, Samshaya Rahita Jnanam, therefore the Upanishad presents through different prakriya this Brahma Tattvam. And this Brahma, it is always available as existence, and in the sentient beings, it is available as Chit. So Sat, Chit, they are not different. So being Chit, being Sat, so Brahma is I am. So I am, that is Atma. So in every experience, I am is there. But since it is followed by an adjective, our focus is on the adjective. Therefore, we don't focus on I am. That Atma, which is Sat, which is Chit, the Chitrupa Atma, Sadrupa Atma. So therefore, that has to be known, that as myself to be known. It's already known, but since there is an Adhyaropa on Avastu, on that thing which is not me, so therefore that has to be known clearly, without any doubt. And therefore the Upanishad presents that through a beautiful the imagery. The body is compared to a city. The body is compared to a city with 11 gates. Human body is like a city. It is like a city. Puravat, Puramiva Puram. And it has got 11 gates. And this city with 11 gates, all these are meant for whom? Meant for the Swami who resides in this city. Like in the city is meant for Raja. Similarly, this body, which is compared to a city, which has got the 11 gateways and has got the boundaries, and there are supervisors. So it is meant for whom? City is put together. So it is a samhata, it is an assemblage. So it is not meant for assemblage itself. It is meant for the Raja, who is a Raja, who is a Swami, this Atma. For him only this city is meant. Therefore, since it is meant for me, since it is meant for the subject, the Atma, Therefore, Atma is neither this Shariram, neither the Sula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, nor Karana Shariram, or any part of this Shariram. It is the Swami. It is the Swami, the master of this Shariram. The Shariram is meant for the master, the Swami. And the Swami who resides in this city, in his presence only, the city is active, the city functions. The Swami doesn't do any action. Swami is always akarta abhokta. But in the presence of the Swami is never karita also. It doesn't cause. He is there. In the presence of the Swami, all the functions in the city happens. But the functions, the activities, all these are superimposed on the Swami and taken to be the attributes or the qualities of the Swami, and that only the problem lies. Aham karta, abhokta. So this works in Ajnanam, works in there. So that is being presented in the first mantra. We can chant Puram Ekadashadvaram.
Puram Ekadashadvaram.
Ajasya Vakrachetasah.
Ajasya Vakrachetasah.
Anushtayana Shochati.
Anushtayana Shochati.
Vimuktascha Vimuchyate.
Vimuktascha Vimuchyate.
So Puram Ekadashadvaram. So you may think how the body has 11 gates. We have seen there are 7 gateways. In the head itself, there are 7 gateways are there. And Brahmarandra, 1 on the top, that is 1. So 7 plus 1, 7 on the face, 1 on the top of the head, Brahmarandra. And 3 down below, including the navel. So that is also considered as one of the aperture, the gateway. So 11 gateways. So 11 gateways for Avakra Chetasaha, Ajasya Avakra Chetasaha. Ajasya, that which doesn't have Janma. Avakra Chetasa. Chetasa is Chetas, Chit, Chaitanya, consciousness, which doesn't undergo any change. So Ajasya Avakra Chetasaha. This Puram Eka Dashadvaram. So this Dvaram belongs to this city with the 11 gates. Dvaram belongs to this Atma. This is meant for Atma. This Sharira Manas Sangata is meant for Atma. Atma is not an assembly. It is not Samhata. Body is Samhata. Therefore, Atma is being Asamhata. So therefore, doesn't have Avayava. Therefore, doesn't have Janma. Therefore, doesn't have any Vikara. So, and this Atma, Anushtaya na Shochati. Here, Anushtanam, the mantra says Anushtanam. What Anushtanam? Anushtanam means, here it is, Nididhyasanam. Because this, for Samshaya Ragita Jnanam, this Atma has to be contemplated upon. After Shravanam Mananam, then Anushtanam Kartavyam. So Anushtanam is Nididhyasanam. That is the Anushtanam here. So Bhashyakara says Dhyanam Anushtaya is equal to Dhyatva iti. What Dhyanam? This Jnanam, that is Samyak Vijnana Purvakam, it says. So Vijnanam, that is Nididhyasana. So Jnatva na shochati. Having known this, na shochati, a person doesn't grieve. Ashochyanan vashochastvam. Pragyan vadansha bhashase. Na anushocanti panditaha. Panditaha na anushocanti. Pandita, they are Jnani is na anushochati. So having known this Atma na shochati, and they become vimuktaha. Vimuktaha, the word here is Jivan muktaha vimuktaha. Vimuchyate is maranat anantaram. They continue to be free. So vimuchyate is videga mukti. Vimuktaha is jivan muktaha. The two words. Vimuktaha is jivan muktaha. Vimuchyate is videga muktaha. So having understood, having known this Atma, the person becomes free while living and after Maranam. Then the next one. Then the Upanishad says that this Atma alone appears as everything, in the form of everything in the Jagat. This Atma alone manifests in the form of this Jagat. So behind all the Nama Rupa, this Atma is there. Atma is the Adhishtanam, it is the Adharam. So therefore, Atma alone is in the form of Sat, the existence in all the Achetana, and Aschit in all the Chetana. So therefore, this Jagat is Atma Brahma iti. And here the Upanishad presents few examples, and by using the words of example, the Upanishad says that Atma alone is, Brahma alone is, has become this Jagat iti. So Brahma is the Brahma, which is Dragat, it is Amsaha. Amsaha here it is Suryaha. So we have seen Amsaha. Amsaha here is Suryaha. The Surya which dwells in the heaven. Shuchishat. Surya is Brahma. And Vasuhu, that is the Vayu, the wind is which dwells in the earth. Vedishat. Vedishat is the dwelling place, that is Brahma. So Surya is Brahma, Vayu is Brahma, the Hota, the fire is Brahma. What is the fire? The fire which dwells in the fire which is dwells in the fire which is in the Agni Kunda, the Yaga, the Agni, the fire which dwells in the Prithvi. So that fire, this Agni, is Brahma. And the guest who arrives to your house is Brahma. Atiti Devo Brahma. And Drishat, all the beings, human beings, are Brahma. All the gods are Brahma. All the yajna, the sacrifices, the yaga, yajna, and all the that which are offered, Brahma. And that which dwells in the Akasha, Vyomasat, that is Brahma. And that is which is born in water, which is born in the earth, and it is born from the yajna, all are Brahma. And that which is born from the Adrija, the Parvata, the mountain, in the form of the rivers, etc. Everything is Brahma. So by mentioning some of the things of the Jagat, the Upanishad says everything is Ritam, Brigat, Brigat, Ritam. It is Brigat, Ritam. It is Brigat is that which is doesn't have limitation. Ritam is that is Satyam, that is the truth. So that in that truth, the reality which doesn't have limitation, that alone appears as everything in this Jagat. The whole Jagat, everything in the Jagat is Brahma. The whole Jagat, therefore, the whole Jagat is nothing but Brahma. So the previous mantra, this Atma is Brahma is said. Now here everything is Brahma, it is said. So therefore, so there it is Tvam Padartha, here it's Tat Padartha. So therefore, Tat, the Mahavakya is the Mahavakya, Tat Padartha, the Tat Pada Vichara, the Tat Pada Vachyartha, Lakshyartha is presented in this mantra. So the all-pervasiveness of Brahma, the all-pervasiveness of Brahma is presented, and this Brahma in the Nirshat, in all the people, when we say. And in the previous mantra, this Ajasya Avakrachataha is present. Therefore, Tvam Tat is equated. We will read the mantra. Amsashuchishat
Hamsashuchisat
Vasurantarikshat
Asurantarikshasat
Hota Vedishat
Hota Vedishat
Atitir Durunasat
Atithir Duronasat
Nrishat Varasat
Nirshad Varasat
Ritasat Vyomasat
Rutasat Yomasat
Abja Gojaritaja
Abja Gojarataja
Adrijaritam Brihat.
Adrijaritam Brihat.
So here in this mantra, Abja Goja iti Ritaja, so that which is born from Brahma. So Brahma is the Karana. So Karanatvam of Brahma. It is Sarva Vyapakatvat, therefore Brahma is the Adhishtanam and it is the Karanam. And everything is Karya. Jagat being the Karya, it has its Ashraya. It has Brahma as its Adhishtanam. Therefore, Brahma is the Karanam and Karanam pervades the entire Karya. Iti. Then this Brahma, we don't need Shastram. Without Shastram, we can know, we can understand. Iti, there are some Darshana, there are some people, Darshanika say, Nayayika, Sankhya, they all argue that this existence of Brahma can be known without the help of Shastramiti. How? By logic. By logic, by Anumana, it can be known. But we don't, but we dismiss them. We say it is not possible. By mere logic, without taking the support of Shruti, you cannot prove the existence of this Atma. Logic along with the Shruti. This Shruti along with the Shruti Sammata Tarka. The Tarka, the logic must be in keeping with the Shruti. That only this Brahma can be proved. Without Shastram, only by logic, pure logic, it is not possible. Why? Because to prove something by logic, you need the experience of that through your pratyaksha indriya, through your senses. First you have to, it has to be experienced through the senses. Then only you can apply logic on the data provided by the sense organs and prove it. But Brahma is not available for experience. It is not an object. It is not an object to be experienced. Since it is not available for indriyas, indriya avishayatvat, therefore you cannot apply only logic to prove Atma. That doesn't work. It is illogical, in fact. It is illogical. So therefore only Shruti is a pramana. Therefore, only Shruti is the Pramana. So, Shruti being the Pramanam, with the Shruti, with the Shruti only, you can apply also the logic to be applied in keeping with the Shruti. The logic also, Shruti Sammata Tarka. So here the Atma is the mantra, the next mantra, the Atma is, so the Atma is not available for, it's not available for any other pramanam other than Shabda pramanam, Pratyakshati. Therefore, some indicators, some linga are presented through that the Atma can be known with the help of Shruti Pramana. What is the linga? It is Atma alone. Pranam unnayati. It draws the prana upwards and also sends the apana downwards. Prana, apana, they function. The prana function and the sense organs function. All the other actions in the body, all the other organs in the body function. All they function because of this Atma alone. In the presence of Atma, they all function. In the absence of Atma, there is no prana. There is no prana and there is no perception. Perception through the sense organs. Sense organs do not function. For a dead person or in the dead body, we don't see sense organs functioning. So therefore, since the prana and the indriyas, they function in the presence of Atma. So therefore, Atma is, the existence of Atma can be proved because the prana function. So this is only the logic. Logic only up to here only. And that Atma can be known only from the Shastra. So we can infer that the prana, the bodily functions, all the bodily functions, respiratory function, excretory function, digestive function, every function, on all the functions of the sense organs, they are because of the Atma. In the absence of Atma, we don't see any function in the body. Therefore, we can infer Atma is. That is the logic. But through organs, through the sense organs, I will prove the Atma. That doesn't work. That logic is illogical. Because the sense organs themselves do not exist without Atma. So how can you establish Atma through logic, for which the operation of the sense organs are required, and that is not in the dead person. So therefore, and also Atma is not an object to be experienced. Sense organs can objectify only the objects. Therefore, objectifying experiences. So Atma is not one of the object to be experienced. Therefore, you cannot apply logic with the support of sense organs and establish Atma iti. So that is. So therefore, through this mantra, what the Upanishad says is, you can know Atma only by me. Upanishad says, only through me, the Shabda Pramanam, Upanishad Pramanam, and that when operated by the Sampradaya, through that only this Atma can be known. So Shabda Pramanam is reinstated, this mantra, because you see the lingam. Without the Shastram, you cannot know Atma. We'll read the mantra. Urdhvam pranam unnayati.
Urdhvam pranamunnayati.
Apanam pratyagasyati.
Apanam pratyagasyati.
Madhye vamanamasinam.
Madhye vamanamasinam.
Vishve deva upasate.
Vishve deva upasate.
So Urdhvam pranam unnayati. Unnayati is gamayati, breathing out. In the presence of Atma, only this prana goes out. Once it goes out, then prana goes in. The next operation is apan. Prana goes in. So breathing into the lungs, into the respiratory system. That is apana. Apana pratyak. Pratyak is inside. Pratyak asyati. Pratyak asyati. Asyati means kshipati, as to throw. Pratyak asyati. So the function of the prana. Madhye vamanam asinam. Vamana. Madhye vamanam. Vamanam is Sambhajani. Bhashakara says Vamanam. Vamanam is Sambhajaniyam. That one who is worshipable, deserved to be worshipped. Sambhajaniyam aniyar. Samyak bhajaniyam. So therefore all the Indriyas worships. Vishve devaha upasate. Devaha is, Indriyas are called devaha. The word deva comes from the dhatu divda, divyati. The Indriyas, because they bring the experience, the sensory perception, the knowledge. They shine, or they shine because they shine. They shine means they illumine, to which only that we can gain knowledge. Therefore, they are called devaha. Indriyas are called deva. So chakshur indriya, etc. So this all the indriya upasate. Whom does he worship? This vamanam, this ishvaram, this atmanam, madhye. This atmanam, which is madhye tishtanti, that is, which is asinam. Asinam is which is madhye, in the body. Where in the body? Hridaya akashe, pundarika akashe. That which is located in the that which is upalabdhi sthanam is pundarika akasha, the hridaya gurha. So for the atma, all these indriyas are the bhaktas, devotees. So they worship as though they worship. They function in the presence of Atma, therefore, as though they worship. It's a figurative expression. They worship. They function. Iti. So this is Anvaya Mukhena, this presented. That is, in the presence of Atma, everything functions. Prana functions, Indriyas function, everything functions. In the absence of Atma, they do not function. That is what is said in the next the mantra. The next mantra says, the Atma, when it leaves the body, Atma leaves the body means here Sukshma Shariram leaves the body. Atma is, as such, it is there everywhere. So because of Sukshma Shariram only, the person is alive. When the person is dead, means Sukshma Shariram has left the body. So when the Sukshma Shariram, when this, that is, here it is not Sukshma Shariram, it is not said, that is when the Atma is not there, what happens to this body? When the Swami is not there, what happens to the body? When the Swami leaves the house, when the Raja leaves the kingdom, what happens to the kingdom? What is left in the kingdom? In this kingdom, in the body kingdom, the bodily kingdom, what is left out? The bodily kingdom, what is left out? Nothing is left out. I mean, the Indriyas, the pranas, all these, they remain functionless. They do not function. So nothing, what remains in the body, what is left out in the body? Nothing. Nothing is left in the body. So in the presence of Atma, everything is. Absence of Atma, they are not. So therefore, from this, Atma is, everything is. That is Anvaya. Atma is not. They do not exist. That is Vyatireka. So Vyatireka Mukhena, in this mantra, it is presented. Asya Visram Samanasya.
Asya Visram Samanasya.
Asya Vistram. Okay. sorry, Visram. It's Visram only. Asya Visram Samanasya
Asya
Asya
Visram
Visram
Samanasya
Samanasya
Sharirastasya Dehinaha
Sharirastasya
Sharirastasya
Dehinah
Dehat Vimuchyamanasya
Dehat
Dehat
Vimuchyamanasya
Vimuchyamanasya
Kimatra Parishishyate
Kimatra
Kimatra
Parishishyate
Parishishyate
Etat Vaitat.
Etad Vaitat
Etat Vaitat.
This is the prana and Indriya, they all become non-functional or they don't exist. When the Atma leaves the body, when the body becomes dead. Therefore, it is very clear that Atma is not body. So, Atma is neither this body nor the Indriyas. So, if they are that, then the body should function, the Indriya should function all the time, but they do not function. Therefore, it is Anyaha iti Bhashyakara says, the last point. Anyaha iti Siddhaha. Sharirat Dehat Anyaha Atma iti Siddhaha. Therefore, Atma is different from this Shariram. So the Shariram, what happened to Sharir with this Shariram, the Indriya, Vinashtam Bhavati. Atmanaha Abhave, they become Vinashtam. Vidvastam Bhavati, Vinashtam Bhavati. So, Yadi Atmanaha Apagame, when the body, when the Atma leaves, then that very moment, Bhashyakara said, Ksanamatrat, that very moment, this Karya Karana Kalapa Rupam Sarvam Idam, this body mind sense complex. Kim bhavati? Hatabalam bhavati. Hatabalam. Hatam balam yasya. Balam is the strength, the power, the force, the activity. That hata, that is, goes away. They lose. Vidvastam bhavati. Vinashtam bhavati. Therefore, Atma is anyaha. Dehat anyaha iti siddhaha. It is, well, it is established. So, therefore, the body is because the Atma is. The body is said to be dead, dies when Atma leaves the body. So, by Anvaya Vyatireka, logic, it is Siddhaha. What is Siddhaha? Atma Dehat Anyaha Binnaha iti Siddhaha iti. Therefore, then the next mantra. So, the Purva Pakshi, here, we have to imagine, Purva Pakshi says, it is not the presence of Atma makes the body function. It is the presence of prana. Prana alone makes the body function. Prana alone makes the body dead also. How? When the prana leaves the body is dead. So prana is what makes the body function. In the presence of prana, the body is active. When prana leaves, the body is dead. Iti a Purvapakshi may argue. So for that, the Upanishad says, no, prana is also jada only. Prana is also a jada. It is also a part of this samhata, the sharira. How can this prana give chetanatvam to this body? Prana itself is jada. Being jada, how can it give chetanatvam to this body? It is not possible. So Bhashyakara in this Bhashyam says, Matam syat pranapanadi apagamat eva idam vidvastam bhavati tatu tat vyatirikta atma apagamat pranadibihi eva iti pranadibihi eva hi martyaha jivati na etat asti. Some people may have the mata, the idea, the view that because of the prana apana leaves the body, therefore the body is dead. Not because of not because the Atma leaves the body. So it means Prana gives life to the body. Iti, some people may think this is not correct. Bhashyakara says. Why? Because the Upanishad says, Pranena na pranena na apanena martyaha jivati. Not by prana, not by apana. Martyaha, manushyaha, jivati. Itarena tu jivanti. They live, they exist. Their existence depends on something else. Yasmin etau upashitau. These two are dependent on something else. What is the something else? It is Atma. The Upanishad says this, everything exists, depends on this Sadatma, Chidatma eva. Prana is Jada, Jadatvat. Jadatvat, they do not function, they do not exist independently. So prana is also an assemblage, it's a part of the assemblage. So assemblage is meant for the master. Master is not there, how can assembly function? We will read the mantra. Na pranena na panena.
Na pranena na panena.
Martyo jivati kaschana.
Martyo jivati kaschana.
Itarena tu jivanti.
Itarena tu jivanti.
Yasminnetau upashritau.
Yasminnetau upashritau.
Yes. Yasmin etau, these two, prana, apanau, upashritau, ashritau iti. Then in the next mantra, Yamadharmaraja, he says, because he asked, Chiketa asked, what is this Atma Tattvam? As a third boon, he asked in the first chapter, first section itself, Yayam prete, Vichikitsa manushye, astityeke, nayamastiti chaike, iti, he asked. And again also he asked, Anyata dharmat, anyatra asmat, iti. So, after that, Dharmaraja, he gave Upadesha, but here he says, specifically to his question, Maranam prapya Atmanaha, Maranam prapya, this Atmanaha, kim bhavati, this Atmanaha, kutra gacchati, kim bhavati, what happens to this Atma, iti. And that specifically, Yamadharmaraja, he answers. He's going to answer. He says, Yamadharmaraja says, he gives a pratigya, I will answer now. Let us read the mantra. Hantata idam pravakshyami.
Hantata idam pravakshyami.
Guhyam brahma sanatanam.
Guhyam brahma sanatanam.
Yatta chamaranam prapya.
Yatha cha maranam prapya.
Atma bhavati gautama.
Atma bhavati gautama.
Atmanaha swarupam already he talked about, and he is going to talk about Atma. But what happens to the Atma of an Ajnani? What happens to the Atma? What happens to the Atma after the Marana? That is what his question was. What happens to the Atma? Ayam prete vichikitsa manushye asti nasti iti. That Atma is always asti. In fact, it is asmi, the Atma asti. What happens to this Atma? Maranam prapya, a Gautama addressing Chiketa. Anta idam agam pravakshyami. I tell you now, this Gugyam, Gopyam Brahma Sanatanam, Chirantanam. Sanatanam is Chirantanam. Bhashyakara says Chirantanam. Gopyam is Gugyam, which is very secret. Gugyam. Why secret? There is no secrecy because it is difficult to understand. Therefore, it continues to be a secret. Only a qualified, only by an adhikari, only this can be known. Only by an adhikari. Since this can be known, ati sukshmatvat. Ati sukshmatvat. This sukshmatvam is for, as I said, it is difficult to understand. For comprehension, it is difficult. For that, a certain preparedness is required on the part of the adhikari. Previous orientation has to go. So the person has to be completely available for this knowledge, have Shraddha in the Shastra with the teacher. Therefore, therefore, it is Gugyam, Kopyam, it is secret, and Sanatanam, it is always is there. By knowing that, at Vijnanat, this Sarva, Bhashakara says, Sarva Samsara Uparamaha Bhavati. Sarva Samsara Uparamaha Bhavati. All the samsara will come to end by knowing this Atma. What happens to this Atma? For an Jivatma, for an ordinary Jiva, what happens to this Atma after death? Maranam Prapya Atma Bhavati. Atma Bhavati. Maranam Prapya Kim Bhavati? Iti. Then Madharamaraja says that for an Ajnani, after Maranam, this Atma goes from this Shariram to another Shariram. So it travels from Shariram to Shariram. What here we have to understand, Atma doesn't travel. This Sukshma Sharira travels. The Sukshma Sharira only travels. So we should not think this because the Sukshma Sharira travels, therefore Atma travels. It's figuratively, we can say Atma travels, but Atma is Sarva Vyapi iti, already the Sarva Vyapakatvam of Atma is established. So when we say travel now, it is not the Atma travel, it is the Sukshma Shariram travels. Sukshma Shariram alone travels. Atma is present in Sukshma Shariram also. It is present in this Jada Shariram also. Even in the dead body, Atma is there. But Atma is not manifest because of the absence of Sukshma Shariram. So Sukshma Shariram only travels after Marana. And when it occupies a new body, a fresh body, there you see the manifestation of this Atma, the consciousness, all the Indriyas, Prana, everything start functioning. So therefore, here travel, we can say Jiva. If Jiva travels, or Sukshma Shariram travels. We can say Atma also, but we have to understand what Atma here it means. The Jiva Atma travels from this body to another body. In keeping with the karma and upasana. So as long as this karma, kartrutvam, bhoktrutvam, this ajnanam is there, this Jivatma travels. The samsara continues. Samsarati. So samsara uparamaha na bhavati. As long as this jnanam doesn't take place, kartrutvam, bhoktrutvam is there. A jiva will continue to travel this cycle of samsara in keeping with karma and upasana. Karma is action. Upasana is yajna, yajna, puja, etc. The resultant of those karma. That is the karma which are of the Purva Bhaga of the Veda. There are karma by which a jiva can even be elevated to the position of Hiranyagarbha, Prajapati. Become exalted jiva. That is also within samsara only. Even Yamadharmaraja himself says. Yamadharmaraja Padavi is also comes under only samsara. It is a padavi, it is a designation, position. So in keeping with karma, upasana, the jivatma travels. So the next mantra, yoni manye prapadyante.
योनि मन्ये प्रपद्यन्ते
Sharirattvaya dehinaha.
शरीरत्वाय
शरीरत्वाय
देहिनः
Sthanumanyena sayyanti.
स्थाणुमन्येनु संयन्ति
Yatha karma yatha shrutam.
यथा कर्म यथा श्रुतम्.
So anye yonim prapadyante. Anya yoni, other womb. Jiva enter the other womb. For what? Sharirattvaya deginaha. Deginaha sharirattvaya. Deginaha is here it is. Anye deginaha means jiva. Jivatma sharirattvaya, for getting body. It enters into the womb of womb. It enters into the womb of the beings. And Sthanumanye nasayanti. Sthanum. Anyes, and some jivas, some enter, some take the form of the plant, etc. Sthanum. Sthanum is plant, that is Adho Janma. One is Manushya Janma, other one is Adho Janma. Deva Janma also we can take, Deva Shariram also, because of the karma, a jiva can take. So Yatha Karma, Yatha Shrutam iti. Here Bhashekara is giving the meaning of the Shrutam is as Yatha Shrutam Yadrisham cha Vijnanam Uparjitam Tadanarupam iti. That line is important. That is, Shrutam generally translated as Upasana. But here Bhashekara gives the meaning as it has the samskara which one has at the Purva Janma samskara, that is the thought one entertains at the time of death. The thought which one entertains at the time of death, that decides the next Janma. At the time of death, whatever he thinks, whatever is predominant in his thought, that becomes that the next Janma, for the next Janma, that becomes the cause. So the next Janma predominantly it is dependent on the last thought which he strongly entertains. So that is called Vijnanam. So Yadrisham cha Vijnanam Uparjitam. Uparjitam is Arjitam. It is gained, it is earned, it is remembered. Uparjitam. Tadanurupam. So in keeping with the last thought, in keeping with the last thought of the previous Janma, the next Janma is decided. The Jiva decides the next Janma. New Shariram, it assumes entering through the yoni of the beings. Prapadyante iti. Yatha pragyam hi sambhavaha. So Bhashekara, he quotes from the Shruti. For the word Shrutam, Yatha pragyam. Pragyam means here it is this thought. Here pragyam means it is thought. The thought, that last thought. So Yatha pragyam hi sambhavaha. Sambhavaha is this Punarjanma. Punarjanma sambhava is in keeping with the samskara, the last samskara. Purvajanma samskara, and that too the last samskara. That is why the samskara, the thought pattern from the beginning itself, it has to be regularized. It has to be Brahmachintram. The thought has to be always in keeping with this Ishvara Bhagavan. Then only the last thought also will be the Ishvara, will be the Bhagavan thought. thought related to Ishvara, Bhagavan. So at least at the last moment, one should keep away from the thoughts of samsara, thoughts related to people or the objects around. One should be free from these thoughts because that decides the next janma. Then the next one. So this Yamadrama he did a pratigya that this Gugyam Brahma Aham Pravakshyami iti. That he continues. This Gugyam Brahma, why that Brahma? The Brahma which is said to be Gugyam. What is that Brahma? What is that Brahma? He further elaborates. That Brahma, it is not available for objectification because it is not an object. Everything is available as an object because the mind objectifies it. This Brahma is not available for objectification for the mind because the mind also is available for objectification. The mind also is available or it can be recognized as an object where not in the Jagrat Avastha. Then Jagrat Avastha, in the Jagrat Avastha, we use the mind as a karana, as an instrument. The Jagrat Avastha we use. Forgetting that the mind is an instrument. Forgetting the mind is an instrument, we identify with the mind so strongly and we operate in the Jagrat Avastha. And in the Sushupti Avastha, deep sleep state, the mind is not there. The mind is not there. Therefore, mind being not there, therefore mind that doesn't enjoy the status of karana, and also it is not available as an object. But what about in the Swapna Avastha? In the Swapna Avastha, there the mind, through the mind you are not gaining any new knowledge. The mind is doesn't serve as a karana in the Swapna Avastha. And there is really no prapancha for objectification available. So you are there as a sakshi and you are able to experience your own mind. The mind is an object and the mind alone projects the dream world. The dream world is projected by the mind and the mind is available as an object and you as a sakshi can be understood in the Swapna Avastha. So that is what is being presented here. That mind is also an object. The mind is also as an object and taking the avastha of Swapna, this Atma which is always there, which is alupta drik, always awake, which projects the dream, it projects the Swapna when all the senses are not operative, when the senses are asleep. Even when the senses are asleep, the Atma which keeps awake, which illumines the Swapna Prapancha, that Atma is, it is Shuddhaha, it is Shukram, and that is Brahma, that is Amritam, and the entire world, Jagat, it depends on that. And there is nothing above this Atma. Iti, the next mantra says, that is the Swarupa, the nature of this Atma. We will read that mantra. Yayesha Supteshu Jagarti.
Yayesha Supteshu Jagarti.
Kamam Purusho Nirmimanaha.
Kamam Purusho Nirmimanaha.
Tadeva Shukram Tad Brahma.
Tadeva Shukram Tad
Brahma.
Tadeva Mritamuchyate.
Tadeva Amritamachyate.
Tasmalloka Shrita Sarve.
तस्मिन्
लोकाश्रिताः
लोकाश्रिताः
सर्वे
सर्वे
तदु नात्येति कश्चन
ततु नात्येति
तदु
कश्चन
नास्त्येति कश्चन
एतद्वैतत्
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 here sutteshu, as I said, we can take it as swapneshu. The swapna, this purushaha is this atma jagrati. This purusha, this atma is awake. Kamam kamam nirmimanaha. Kamam is the various varieties of the dream objects are constructed where it is swapna prapancha, in which avastha this avastasu this atma is awake, jagarti, sada jagarti, and that which is awake in the swapna, that is for whom this swapna prapancha is available as an object. Swapna prapancha is projected by the mind, therefore mind also is available as an object. Mind also is objectifiable. So mind loses a status of being an instrument, and also it is available as an object in the swapna prapancha. For whom? For this atma. Therefore I as a sakshi is available, is awake all the time, and that is eva shukram. That is, shukram is pure. It is not touched. It is not touched by the any avastha, jagrata avastha or swapna avastha. The jagat prapancha or swapna prapancha, this atma is not touched. It is because it is sakshi. Jagrati, sada jagrati, always awake, always makes this jagrat and swapna, this jagrat prapancha or swapna prapancha makes illumine, and it only lends existence to this prapancha. So therefore it remains not uncontaminated, untouched by the prapancha, jagat prapancha, swapna prapancha. Therefore shubram iti. Tatu what? Tatu brahma. Therefore mahavakya, the individual this atma which is awake all the time, and tatu brahma equated. Therefore tatu amritam iti uchyate, that doesn't have maranam, that which is amritam, always it is. So therefore this atma is tat brahma, mahavakya. Because our particular avastha is talked about, the swapna avastha. The swapna avastha, that which is awake for which the various dream objects are available, which are created by the mind, and that atma is shukram, and that is brahma iti, and that is amritam iti. Therefore the tatutvam, the mahavakya is presented, is, and that brahma is amritam, that is na jayate na mriyate va kadachit iti. It always exists, that lends existence to everything, without which everything do not exist. That also present already by anvaya vitireka. So tat brahma, and there is nothing other than that. Everything is ashritaha, sarve ashritaha, everything as its ashrita, as its ashraya on that brahma, and therefore nothing exists above this brahma. Everything as brahma, as the adhisthana. Therefore na atyeti, ati eti, in dhatu, in gatau, na atyeti, kaschana na atyeti, nothing, na kaschana atyeti, nothing exists, nothing exceeds that, nothing exists apart from brahma. Therefore that is a brahma which Nachiketa wanted to know. So that is brahma, etadvaitat iti. And in the next mantra, this all pervasiveness of brahma is talked about. The next mantra as well as in this mantra as well as in the next mantra, the 9th mantra, and in the 10th the mantra. This ekatvam, the ekatvam, this jivatma paramatma this Aikyam, that presented by the previous mantra, and that Brahma, which is available, which is manifest in the form of Jagat, and which is available in the Jiva as Sakshi, Chaitanyam, I, that Agam iti, and that it is Sarva Vyapi, it is all pervading. And for that, two examples are given. One is Agni, other one is Vayu. Agni is present everywhere. Agni doesn't have any particular form, but Agni, without having a particular form, and as a formless, it exists in every form. Similarly, Vayu also doesn't have a form, but it exists everywhere. So the all pervading, pervasive nature of Brahma is presented through Drishtanta Dvayam, through two Drishtanta. One is Agni, other one is Vayu. Let us read. Agnir Yathaiko Bhuvanam Pravishtaha.
Agniryathayiko bhuvanam pravishtaha.
यथैको भुवनं प्रविष्टः
Rupam Pratirupo Babhuva.
रूपं प्रतिरूपो बभूव
Ekastata Sarvabhutantaratma.
Ekastata
सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा
Rupam Pratirupo Bhavischa.
Rupam Pratirupo Bahischa.
Since there are many Sharirams, therefore one may think there are many Atma. So to negate that plurality of this Atma, this Drishtanta is presented. Many Agnis are there, but really Agnis are not many. Many in many forms, or in Agni being formless, because of the form, because of in keeping with the object, the one Agni as though appears in differently, but it is one Agni only. Similarly, the Atma also, one Atma is this Ekaha Eva Atma. This, let's say Ekatta Vijnanam. Bhashyakara in the introduction to this mantra beautifully he says Ekatta Vijnanam. Atmanaha Ekatta Vijnanam. Atmanaha Ekatta Vijnanam. Even though it has been taught again and again, but because of the previous experience or in the buddhi which is not straight, Andraja Buddhina, Viti Bhashyakara says in the introduction, Sangati to this mantra, the buddhi which is Vichalita Antakaranana, which is confused, Vichalita, which is confused with the various ideas, various misconceptions. So for that the Shruti, Adaravati Shruti, the Shruti which has got compassion for them and it has got commitment in revealing this Atma, Ekatta Vijnanam. Therefore, Punaha Aga, again and again it repeats. Again and again the Shruti repeats. There are no many Atmas. The Shariram, the assemblage being different, Atma is Ekaha Eva, Yatha Agnihi. Yatha Agnihi Bhuvanam Pravishtaha. This Agni which has entered this Bhuvana, this Prithvi, this Agni is Agni, Ekaha Agni Eva, which is Bhuvanam Pravishta, which is in this Bhuvana, in this universe, in this Prapancha. It assumes various forms in keeping with the form of the object. Bhuvanam Pravishtaha Agnihi Rupam Pratirupaha Babhuva. The same way Atma also. Ekaha eva sarvabhutantaratma. Atma is Ekaha, and which is sarvabhutantaratma, in keeping with the various forms of beings. The Atma, this Atma alone, in fact, assumes various forms, as though assumes various forms. Atma doesn't have any form. The form is because of Atma. So therefore this one Atma, the Atma, Ekaha Atma Eva, which is Sarvabhutantaratma, in keeping with the every form or various form, in keeping with the various form, this Atma assume. In keeping with the every form of the beings, Atma assumes various forms, like the Agni. Like the Agni assumes various forms in keeping with the form of object. Similarly, Atma also. Atma, when we say assume forms, means this with the Sharira, with the body. With the body is sentient, the body is active. Why? Because this Atma. Manushya Shariram is active, and Shariram, Pipilika Shariram is there active. It is lively, it is alive. So it assumes from a small ant to the Manushya, Atma is. So in keeping with the various forms, the form of the beings, the Atma assumes various forms. When we say Atma assumes various forms, Atma doesn't really assume. That is, Atma is manifest through various forms. Rupam, when we say, Atma manifests through different forms of beings. Similarly, Yata Agnihi, similarly, Atma. Similarly, this Vayu also. In the next mantra, Vayu Drishtanta is presented as Atma, as one Atma, as the same Atma manifests through different beings, manifests through different forms, having the different beings having different forms. Similarly, this Vayu, Yata Vayu Tata Atma. See, Vayu is the Drishtanta and Dashtanta is Atma. Yata Vayu Bhuvanam Pravishtaha Rupam Pratirupa Bhava Tata, this Ekaha Atma also iti. Yata Agnihi Yata Vayu Tata Atma api. Yata Ekaha Agnihi Rupam Pratirupa Babuva. Yata Ekaha Vayu Rupam Pratirupa Babuva Tata Atma api. Rupam Pratirupo Babuva and Bagischa iti. Bagischa, the word is important. Bagischa is, it is above, it transcends. Atma manifests through different forms of different beings, but it is not limited by that form. It is Bhagischa, it is above iti. So Drishtanta Dvayam is presented. One is Agni, other one is Vayu. Let us read this mantra. Vayur Yathaiko Bhuvanam Pravishtaha.
Vayuryathaico bhuvanam pravishtaha.
Rupam Pratirupo Babuva.
Rupam Pratirupo Babuva.
Ekastatha Sarvabhutantaratma.
Ekastatha sarvabhutantaratma.
Rupam Pratirupo Bhagischa.
Rupam Pratirupo Bhagischa.
For the word Bhagischa, Bhashyakara had dealt in the previous, the mantra, 9th mantra. He gave some important points. Bhagihi, the word for the word Bhagihi, yes, explained. This Bhagihi is Svena Abhikritena Swarupena Akashavat iti. Bhagihi is Akashavat. So, Akashavat, Akasha is all pervading, but Akasha is not touched. Akashavat, Akasha is not touched by the pollution. Akasha is all pervading and doesn't change. Similarly, this Atma doesn't undergo any change because of the change you see in the form. The form may change, the Nama may get changed, but Atma doesn't get changed because of the change in the Nama Rupa. So, Therefore, Akashavat, Svena Avikritena Swarupena. Its Swarupa is Avikrita Swarupa. That doesn't undergo any change. So, Svena Avikrita Rupena Akashavat. Already Agni Vayu Drishtanta is there. Bhashyakara it says Akashavat, like Akasha. Akasha example is for Avikrita. For Avikrita, Akasha example is given. Then the next the mantra, one of the important mantra. This Ekaha Brahma, which is Sarvabhutantaratma, Sarvatmatte, Ekasya Sarvatmatte, this Paramatma, which is in all the beings, will it not undergo samsara dukkam? Will it not undergo samsara dukkam? Because the individual undergoes dukkam, pain, samsara. Therefore, the Atma, Pratyekatma, Sarvabhutantaratma, and being present in all the beings, will it not undergo dukkam, samsara dukkitvam, bhavati kim? No, that doubt may arise. Therefore, this mantra, since this Atma is Sarvabhutantaratma, this Atma also can be subject to samsara because the person is influenced by samsara. Since the person is influenced by samsara, this Atma also influenced by samsara. And there are many persons, therefore, this Atma will be a Mahasamsari, a big samsari. This doubt may come. This is logical. This is a logical doubt. So, to remove that, this doubt may be there. To remove that, the Shruti says, Suryo yata sarvalokasya chakshuhu.
Suryo yatha sarvalokasya chakshuhu.
Na lipyate chakshushayir bhagyadoshaihi.
Na lipyate chakshushayir bhagyadoshaihi.
Ekastata sarvabhutantaratma.
Ekastata sarvabhutantaratma.
Na lipyate lokadukkhena bhagyaha.
Na lipyate lokadukhena bhagyah.
Suryaha sarvalokasya chakshuhu na lipyate chakshushaihi bhagyadoshaihi na lipyate. Suryaha, the sun, Suryaha, sun, which is the eye of this entire Jagat, which is not touched by the dosha present in my eyes or doshas which are in the object which illumines on the object on which the sunlight falls. Because of the dosha in the object, the sun is not affected. Because of dosha in the perception, in my perception, in my eyes, the sun is not affected. Similarly, this Atma, which is present in all the beings, is not affected by the samsara. It's not affected by the dukkha. Loka dukkhena na lipyate. Why it is bhagyaha. The previous mantra bhagischa we saw. Similarly, here bhagyaha. So here bhagyaha is a word for which Bhashyakara explains what is the meaning of the word bhagyaha. In the previous mantra, bhagischa, for that, svena avikritena swarupena, one line only he gave. Not even one line, less than a line. But here, the bhagyaha, bhagischa, they all mean the same. But here he discussed the word bhagyaha. It is bhagyaha, it means it is bhagya means it is outside. It is not outside, it is the bhagyaha, it is paramarthika, it is paramarthika satta. It is the paramarthika reality. Therefore, bhagyaha. And this vyavaharika or pratibhasika reality cannot influence the paramarthika reality. Therefore, it always bhagya, being bhagyaha, therefore it is not influenced by the dukkha of the either pratibhasika or vyavaharika. So Bhashyakara gives why it is called Bhagyaha, Kutaha Bhagyaha, why it is not, why the Atma is not influenced by the Dukkha. Rajvadivat eva viparita buddhi adhyasa bhagyaha hi saha iti. It is because this Atma, like the Rajvadivat eva, like the rope. What is a rope? The Atma, Rajvadivat eva, bhagyaha. That is Raju, the rope. On the rope, the snake is superimposed. The snake is real for the person. But what is this? What is that reality rope? So, because you superimpose snake on the rope, is the rope affected? The rope is not affected. It continues to be as rope only. Because of your wrong perception, your superimposition on the rope, the snake is superimposed. Therefore, you are afraid. Therefore you are afraid, and therefore only you run away from the rope. You run away from the snake. For you, it is a snake, but it is a rope. The rope is not influenced by the wrong perception of the seer, the perceiver. The rope remains unaffected. Rajvadivat eva. Similarly, the Atma, which is the Paramarthika, Satta, the reality, that is not influenced by the Adhyaropa. Adhyaropa at the level of Vyavaharika or Pratibhasika. Therefore, it is Bhagihi iti. The word Bhagihi is important. Bhagischa, Bhagyaha, Bhagischa iti. Kutaha Bhagyaha? Because it is Paramarthikatva. Bhagyaha, Sada Bhagyaha. The next mantra, 3 more mantras are there, 4 more mantras, we will see. We will have a summary of that, complete the summary of this Valli in the next class and start the next Valli, the next class. So we stop here. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद जी.
धन्यवाद जी.